You're exhausted. The day was a marathon of meetings, deadlines, and demands. All you want is to collapse into bed, but instead, you find yourself scrolling through endless feeds, watching another episode, or diving into a video game. It's past midnight, you know you'll regret it in the morning, yet you can't bring yourself to stop. This isn't just poor discipline, it's a widespread psychological phenomenon known as revenge bedtime procrastination. At its core, revenge bedtime procrastination is the act of sacrificing sleep in order to reclaim personal time that feels lost during a busy day. It's a defiant stand against a schedule that leaves little room for individual desires, a desperate attempt to assert some control over your own life when the rest of your day feels dictated by others. The psychology behind it often stems from a profound lack of autonomy. When work, family obligations, or other responsibilities consume the majority of your waking hours, leaving no time for hobbies, relaxation, or simply existing on your own terms, the late hours of the night become a precious, albeit self-sabotaging, sanctuary. The revenge aspect isn't directed at a person, but at the demanding nature of modern life itself. It's a silent rebellion against the feeling of being perpetually overwhelmed, a refusal to let the day's grind steal every last moment of personal freedom. You might consciously or unconsciously feel that if you don't seize these late hours, you'll have no time for yourself at all. This late-night activity, whether it's watching TV, reading, or browsing the internet, creates an illusion of freedom and choice. It feels like a small victory, a moment where you are finally doing what you want, on your terms, even if that choice ultimately costs you valuable sleep and energy for the next day. Consider the story of Sarah, a marketing executive and mother of two. Her days were a relentless cycle: wake up early, get the kids ready, commute, a demanding workday, pick up kids, dinner, homework, bedtime routines. By the time she finally sat down, it was usually 9 p.m., and her own to-do list for the next day already loomed. Sarah knew she needed at least 7 hours of sleep to function, but she consistently found herself staying up until 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. She wasn't doing anything particularly productive. Often, it was just mindlessly scrolling through social media or rewatching old sitcoms. Those quiet, solitary hours felt like the only time she truly belonged to herself, a brief respite from the constant demands. The exhaustion was palpable, affecting her focus at work and her patience with her children. One particularly rough morning, after only 3 hours of sleep, she hit a wall. She realized her revenge against her busy schedule was actually hurting her more than it was helping. It wasn't freedom, it was a trap, leading to a cycle of fatigue and further procrastination. Breaking this cycle requires a conscious shift. Instead of fighting for time at the expense of sleep, try to schedule small pockets of me time throughout your day, even if it's just 15 minutes for a walk or a cup of tea. Set a firm bedtime alarm and treat sleep as an essential act of self-care, not a luxury you can only afford after everything else is done. While the desire for personal time and autonomy is entirely valid, sacrificing your sleep is rarely the sustainable solution. By recognizing the psychological drivers behind revenge bedtime procrastination, you can begin to find healthier, more effective ways to assert control over your life and reclaim your evenings, leading to better rest and overall well-being.